Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a one-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. Today let's start with this seventh block. In H row you have 3 and 9, which blocks these two cells of G row. In G row, this cell is also blocked by 3 and 9 here. So 3 and 9 goes in one of these two cells. So G1 is blocked by 3 here. So G1 takes 9 and G3 takes 3. Now there is a 7 here in H row which blocks these two cells. That means 7 should go in one of these two cells. But if you see, there is a 7 here in column 1 and a 7 in C row which blocks these three cells. So 7 goes in one of these two cells. That means 7 blocks here. So I3 takes 7. Now you have 4 here in column 2 and a 4 in column 1 which blocks these two cells. So H3 takes 4. Now in this block there are only two numbers missing. Missing numbers are 5 and 8. There is a 8 here in I row. So I2 takes 5 and H1 takes 8. There is a 7 in H row and a 7 in I row which blocks these two rows. There is a 7 here in column 8 which blocks here. So G7 takes 7. Now in G row there are only two missing numbers, that is 2 and 4. So let's mark it with 2, 4 pair. In I row there is a 5 here which blocks these two cells in the 9th block. So H8 takes 5. Now we can actually very easily fill this entire block. There is an easy tip here. There is 9, 3 and 1 in column 4 which blocks these three cells. Now in this block there are only 3 empty cells left and 9, 3, 1 is not here in this block. That means these 3 empty cells will take 9, 3 and 1 only. Now in H row we have 9 and 3 blocking here. So H5 takes 1 and 9 and 3 goes in these two cells. Here you have a 9 in 5th column blocking here. So I5 takes 3 and I6 takes 9. Now let me repeat this tip. You have 9, 3, 1 in column 4 which blocks these three cells. So these three cells take 9, 3, 1 because there is no 9, 3, 1 in this block. And you have a 9, 3 blocking here. So 1 goes here in H5 and 9 and 3 goes in these two cells. Now in H row if you notice there is only one empty cell and the missing number is 6. Now in this block there is only one empty cell. It will definitely take either 2 or 4 since we already have a complementary pair here. So let's fill I4 with 2, 4 complementary pair. Let's try to fill the central block now. I really want to share a tip here for you. There is 4, 8 and 7 and there is a 4, 8 and 7 in this block also. So that shows 4, 8, 7 will not be in these three cells and 4, 8, 7 will not be in these three cells. That is in E row these 6 cells basically will not have 4, 8, 7. That means these 3 cells will take 4 or 8 or 7. Now if you see you have 4 blocking here in this 2, 4 pair. You have 4 blocking this column. So this cell E4 will take 7 or 8. There is a 8 here. So E5 will take 4 or 7. And there is a 7 here in 6th column, so E6 will take 4 or 8. So we know that this is a triplet again, 4, 8, 7 triplet. Now in this block there is only two empty cells now. The missing numbers are 3 and 5. You have a 3 here. So D4 takes 5 and E6 takes 3. Column 1 has only 3 empty cells, and let's try to fill those 3 numbers. You have 5 and 6 blocking this cell here. That means these two cells will take 5 and 6. There is a 6 here in F row. So F1 takes 5 and E1 takes 6. Now the only missing number in this column is 2. So A1 takes 2. Now let's try to fill this fourth block. There is this small square formed inside this 3 by 3 block. Now the missing numbers here are 1, 2, 3 and 9. You have 2 and 9 blocking here, so 1 and 3 goes here. You have 3 blocking from here, so D3 takes 1 and D2 takes 3. Now 2 and 9 goes in these two cells. There is a 2 here. So E2 takes 9 and E3 takes 2. The only missing number in D row is 6. The only missing number in column 3 is 9. Now in F row there are only 2 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 2 and 9. There is a 9 blocking from here. So F7 takes 2 and F8 takes 9. In E row there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 3 and 5. There is 1 and 3 blocking here. So E9 takes 5. Now there is a 1 here in 8th column, so E8 takes 3 and E7 takes 1. Let's try to fill column 7. There are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3, 5 and 6. There is 3 and 5 in C row here, so C7 takes 6. There is a 5 here in A row, so A7 takes 3 and B7 takes 5. There is a 6 here in column 9 which blocks here, so 6 goes in I8. In 8th column there is only 1 empty cell. It will take the complementary pair of 2, 2, 4. But you have a 2 here in A row, so A8 takes 4 and G8 becomes 2. The only missing number in 9th block is 4. In C row, if you see, there is a 2 here which blocks this cell. There is a 2 here which blocks this cell. So in C row, C9 is the only place where 2 can be. Now in column 9 there is only 1 empty cell and 8 goes there. Let's try to fill this second block. There is 6 in C row and 6 in B row which blocks these 2 rows. There is 6 here in column 5 and in column 4 which blocks these cells. So 6 goes in A6. There is a 1 here which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 1 in column 5 and a 1 in column 4 which blocks these 2 cells. So C6 takes 1. There is a 8 here in B row which blocks these 2 cells, and there is a 8 here which blocks this cell. So A4 takes 8. There is a 2 here in column 6 which blocks here, and there is a 2 here in row A which blocks here. So B5 takes 2. Now the missing numbers in this block are 4 and 7. There is a 4 here in A row blocking. So A5 takes 7 and B6 takes 4. So because of this 4, E6 takes 8, E4 takes 7, E5 takes 4, G4 takes 4, and I4 takes 2. Now the only missing number in C row is 8. The only missing number in B row is 7. And the only missing number in A row is 1. And the puzzle is solved.